went to get started with this Traveler's Journal book, and I'm using mine for a special book to put cards in, and I'll go through it step by step. So I first wanted to tell you, I cut out these on 3 GSM paper cardstock because it's more thicker, and I got all these pieces on regular 8 by 11. So basically I cut this down to 6.5 this way, sliced it, laid this and this like this, and then went to my Grant Marquee, and then I went and sliced these two and got this left over. So just wanted to show you, it only takes one sheet of, if you're going to do the cover in a harder cardstock. So then I cut 2 of these that I want to put on top. I cut it at 4 inches by 5 5/8, and that would do my front and my back cover, and that's what I'm going to be stamping and doing a design on and everything. Now I want to explain to you why I cut 2 of these. I did not like in the book here it showed you to glue these like this, and this is going to be showing. It's really not going to be showing, but to my eyes it's going to be showing because I just don't think it will look complete for me, and I want it to finish it off on the inside. I'm not sure. I'm putting the rough sides to the rough sides, but I figured the holes of when you thread the elastic, and my elastic I have white and black. I got this off of Amazon because I made several travel journals, and I think it's 2 millimeter or something, and it stretches and it has a nice it just holds up better once you put your pages in and everything. And check on Amazon for elastic stretchy for traveler notebooks. And you can also use what is it, hemp cording, because that's also strong. But the reason that I figured I would, because it will definitely, normally you can put eyelets in it, and but because these holes look a little bit closer than what I normally would do, and I figured it'd be, because it looks like it's 1 inch. It is 1 inch. It just go the better that way. So the first thing I'm going to show you, we're going to get started since they're already cut out, and I did see that the scoring is real light on it. So I want to take my scoreboard and flip this around. This is just, it doesn't tell you to do this in the instructions, but for me, I want to do it because it will help me line up things much better, and I think I'll be able to see what I'm doing. So the first thing is, I really need that out. So I'm going to line it up here first, and I'm going to get my scoring tool, and it's almost not quite at this with that tip there. So I'm going to have to, yeah, it's right in the middle there. Darn. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I turn it the other way. This one will go on the 1/4 inch mark. Wait a minute. Will it? Or will it not? I'm thinking, I'm calling myself a liar today. 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch. Okay, let me see if it does it. Yeah, it does. It is a 1/4 inch on this scoreboard. So I'm just going to go through it a couple times. Oh, and look at that. This goes at a 1/2 inch. So you're better off turning it this end better. And this goes at a 4.5. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take this up to another 1/4 inch, and I'm going to add another score line, and then I'm going to go to 4 3/4 and add another score line. There's a reason why I want to run mine, because I want to put that the cards in that. I actually could do one more, so I did that 3/4 and 7/8. It looks like it has plenty here. Okay, I'm just going down over it one more time. And then it doesn't call for this, but I'm doing it this way for my sake of doing it. Okay, and folding and everything. Okay. Now, I'm facing the good side down, and I'm going to glue this. I want to make sure that I am glued and touching that it's flush, top and bottom. And see, it doesn't block the holes. Diamond Press really figured this out good, and I really love the way they do it. But I almost did that wrong. But you want to make sure that your wrong sides are facing towards you. Everything in the wrong sides are facing towards you. So I'm just going to glue all the way down here, on here, and I'm going to line up from here at the bottom before I press it down, and make sure that I'm lined up here and press it down. I'm going to flip it over to make sure that I am good on that side. And then I'm going to be, this is the good side. I'm going to put my glue on my good side again and go down just on that, where it's going to go attached to here. And I'm making sure that it's lined up flush on both of the, that it's even, top and bottom. I'm going to go this side. And I feel that it's going to be cleaner looking on the outside and inside. I just like it that it's going to have a finished look. And like I said, once you start putting the cording in, I want it that it's going to be stuck to it too. So I'm just going to take the glue across the top here because I want to make sure it does it, burnishes it there. And I'm going to go down this way and across here and down around that hole, down and over. And I'm going to line it up with the holes right in there. And I want to make sure that I'm lined up with both holes, all my holes, like this. And then I'm going to take my, and burnish it. And some glue will leak out here. It looks like I heavy glued a little bit. But now this will be the inside of my book. And now I have that ready. Now I don't want to start folding it yet because I want to decorate it. Now this book can be done. You can have this book go this way, fold around, come this way and fold around. I'm going to have it that it folds this way. And I'm going to show you, this is the time to, like, if you want to put in your pockets and, like I said, the cover. And this is why I cut it at 4 5/8, so it fits in here and looks pretty flush like that. And this one here like this. Now, the next thing that I was deciding before I start to decorate, whoops, this part of it, I was looking at this and I was trying to decide if I wanted to emboss it, which I think I'm going to before I even stamp this. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing that. I told you I go outside the box and it's just the way I am and I can't help it. I'm just looking for one of my 3D embossing folders. I think I might use this one from the Peonies. Okay, and it's stained because I did some, okay, inking, and it doesn't hurt my folder. So where the score line is, I'm going to line this up right to the score line because, actually I can take it in further even, because as you'll see, it doesn't start embossing until like a 1/4 of an inch. So I can take this in to here. Let me measure this a little bit. So to that 3rd line that I did. So I'm going to line it up to the 3rd line on both ends. Let me see how and you'll be able to see it on this. And I'm going to emboss this. So I'm going to feed this through first, holding this tight yet staying at my 3rd line, and just taking and embossing this to give it a little texture. I want to show you, see what that does. So that will just add a little texture onto my folder for me. And that is on the good side of the, not the rough side, but on the good side. I guess you could do it both ways and everything, but I just want to show you, you know, that's how I was going to do that. All right, let me get my inks ready and I will start working on the fronts to show you what I want to do there. Okay, so I'm going to start off with, I'm going to use these chalky inks, and I think I'm going to start off with this pixie dust first. And I'm going to just not put it in a stamping thing because we want it to just have it look, actually I'm just going to leave it on the carrier to be careful, and because that way I'll be able to hold it on and manage it better. So I'm just going to just dab on here and we're just going to go for it. And it doesn't matter if I didn't get ink on everything. You just want it to look rough. So basically, maybe I'll just stay in line here, but I just go over there. And I'm just going to press down, holding it, pop it up. See how it's like just all over the place. And I'm going to clean that off. And I'm going to use my shimmy here, or sham. Just clean this off. And I want it to just have like a faded looking background and everything of sort. And The next one that I want to use is, because I'm just looking what it has eye appeal to me, and I kind of like this scripting too. I might do that all the way across the top there. And that one I think I'm going to do, see, I'm just leaving it right on here so it's easy for me to, let me look to see how far I want to, because if it runs off, it's fine. I'll show you, we'll ink around the edges, make it look, we're not going to be going perfect here. And I think I'm going to do this one in Pink Petunia. I'm just going to go across here. And I'm going to, this way you can see where you're going. Even I'm going to lay it like this to go off and just smudge it down. Pick it up. And that went a little bit darker. So I'm going to clean this off just using my thing here. Just wipe this up a little bit. And shim. And I'm looking, I think I would like maybe this, like in here, maybe up straight. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to try this yellow. I'm just going to go on the flowers. And I'm telling you, we're just going with it however. And then I'm going to go with this Odyssey green. And I'm mixing it up a little bit. And it's okay if it goes on the flowers a little bit, because this makes it artsy looking, I think. And I'm going to take that one and lay that right about here. Press down. Like that. Bring it up. And it gives it just a different look. I should have went maybe with an orangey color with the flower. Okay, we'll just stamp it again. But instead of the green, I'm just going to do the orange. And I'm just going to take a piece of paper towel, go down, so it just wipes a little bit of it off. I'm going to try to line it up the best that I can, even if I'm over stamping it, or even I'll tilt it a little bit and go in there. And I'm just going to go like this. Oh yeah, I like it like that now. I'm going to spray a little bit of water on this, wipe it up right on my mat. And I'm going to take, I want to do something different down here. Maybe go like this. Maybe go like this. Wait, let me see what else we got. I love these stamps. You know, I'm going to use this one. Put that in here like this. I'm going to use I'm going to go with this green, this splash. I know this is light too. I'm going to bring it down like this a little bit and over. It's fun to play like this because you get to see what you're playing, and it starts creating different looks. Now I think I would like to put a butterfly on, or maybe a bee. Let's try the bee. I know I saw that bee somewhere here. Okay, I think what I'm going to do with the bee, though, I'm going to take the bee and do him in maybe this smoke color. Put this on top. I'm trying to get him a little bit darker. And I'll run him right here. Maybe I'll put another one like this. Put the second generation. And we'll take it this way. Or should I go this way? And have him running off. There we go. Okay. This, and keeping them on the sheet are easy for me to manage it by doing just every which way. That one kind of got really blurry there, huh? All right, let's see. Should I put one more thing on? Instead of using the smoke, maybe I will go with a black. Nah. I wonder if I should try this one in here, like up in here. And you know what? I will do that, and I'll do it in purple. Let's try this purple. Spring type paisley purple. Now, how do I want to do that? Like this? Yeah. So I'm just going to go on here with the purple and just go and dabbing it across. You know, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, since I'm doing it in this, let's do this other purple too. Pretty petunia. Let's go in the centers here a little bit. Like that. Bring that down. We'll put it like this. Just rub over it. And that's just like a Mod Podge. Oh, I like that. Yeah. All right, so I got one of them finished. And we will go on to the other one. And like I said, this is just as a fill-in background. You buy them, oh, I'm trying to think. Crafter's Companion. I love the way they're done up because they're so cool with the way she has it, the mixtures of everything. And I kind of like that. That will look pretty good with this color paper too. See, it makes it just, I don't know which one I'll put it on yet. So let's go with this one. And I kind of like this one. I wonder if I should do these ingredients in here. Let's see. Over here like this. Because you don't want them all the same. And I think what I'll do is I'll do it in this fog color. Now, how did I have that? Okay. So I'm just going to take it like this. Put this one back. And I'm going to lay this one kind of like this. Oh, I like that. I like that fog color. That's pretty cool. And you're going to get messy in that if you like getting messy. And I'm glad I got this glass mat. This really makes a difference too. And I really like that fog color. I don't know if I'm going to do the butterfly. Maybe I'll take this one like this. And yeah. I have these laying all different ways here on the desk. I'm glad that I'm just leaving them on these carrier sheets. I think I'm going to turn this one like this. Bring that down. Go like that. The thing is, I don't know. I don't want to go real dark. What if I do it in brown? This chalky brown. And you know what else I could do? I could do this in blues. Let's do that first. Let's do the blues in here. I'm trying to see what the flowers are. I like mixing the flowers up. Okay. And you know what else? What might look good if I do this, the leaves in this green, just to mix this up a little bit too. And then do the browns. And I'll just touch real lightly throughout that it's mixed like that. Okay. And I think I'll lay it like this. I'll bring it down here. I'm just taking and pressing it and bringing it up. Oh yeah, I covered some of that with green, but that's okay. That looks okay. I think so. Keep spraying and cleaning my stamps off as I'm going here. Okay, now let's put you know what? I'm just going to use this again. And I think I'm going to use the blue on this one. Since that didn't come through, I'm just going to go through here real quick, just pouncing this down. I'm just going to lay this right on top here on an angle. Press this down. It doesn't show real good. So, what do I got? Did you see the blue? Let's use this purple. Try this. We'll try it again. I'm just going to lay it down over here. These are real pale pastel-y colors. Oh, I do like that now. Now, I'd like to put a butterfly on it. The question is, which butterfly do I want to use? And I think I'm going to do it in black. Ooh, but I like this too. Up here, maybe. I think it needs something in here. Okay, let's do this one first. I'm going to do this Odyssey green again, but I'm going to do it real light. And I'm going to just do a little bit. And I think I'm going to add some orangey in here. And I'm going to put it right in here. This. And then I'm going to second generation it right here. Yeah. And then I'll do the butterfly in charcoal gray. The one is, so do I want it? Yep, let's do that. Go this way. And then I just want to clean this stamp off. I don't want that one or this one to be on. And I think I'm going to run the charcoal gray this way. There we go. That one really came out nice. And as you can see, I'm cleaning these off right away, and they are really cleaning up nice. Okay, let me see if I like it all. If I want to put something in that charcoal gray too, yeah, in here. I'm just looking here quick. I like the way this pops more. You know what? I'm going to use this one, the daily, and use that charcoal gray again. I think I want to put it right about here. So I like this charcoal gray. Okay, and I wanted to do it right about here. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I wanted to do something different. All right. Let me wet my shim. Clean that off. And these, you've seen I didn't pre-treat these or anything. I just used them as they were. And I'm going to clean up and we'll get started with another part. Okay, before I start gluing this down, I wanted to make sure. So I want this to be the front of the cover, this side. Bring this back so I know that I'm laying this correctly as this comes around. So I'm going to glue this piece down first, and I'm going to, don't worry about my writing. I just wrote them numbers there, so if you wanted to add on to your traveler notebook for more, being more sturdy. And it's about 1/8 of an inch that I'm doing like that. And I'm probably going to build up a little more as we go through. This might have to be 2 or 3 parts because these traveler notebooks take a while. And until I figure out all the pieces, I'm only going to show you today. There's going to be probably a couple parts. I don't know yet how many. But the book itself is not hard to make. It's just the decorating, the fun part of it that I love doing is what is going to be. All right. So now you can start bending. Let me score this, make sure that I burnish it to make sure that I have the glue stuck too. All right. So the directions call for, I usually just wrap it around, but it says cut 36 inches of stretchy cord or baker twine to thread it through. So I cut 36 inches of this black. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold and kind of burnish this. And I'm going to fold this one in and burnish it. And then I'm going to do these. I'm just going to like roll it, as you can see, because I think my book's going to be a little bit, and I want it to give it that it could roll from the thickness of what I want to do. So that's why I scored it every 1/4 inch to have it roll like that. So when you come this way, as you put it in. All right. So when you start this, okay, I guess I should do the thing too. I didn't even think of that. So you have to do a center one too. And that says 12 inches. So I'll cut it at 12. I really don't know how many inches I usually cut this. I usually roll it around. So when you cut this elastic, you have to melt the ends so they don't fray. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is take it in the center, feed that through, and then you want to feed this one through. And because like I said, this holes are little, this might be a little rougher to get this thicker cording down. I'm going to use my pokey tool. I'll be poking my finger as I go through here. This cording might be absolutely too thick for this too. I don't know. No, we're good. Okay. You pull this through. So you have your stretchy cord. And what I usually do is I will tie a knot like this first. Oh, you know what I should have done? Because I thought about decorating my cord. And that's another thing. If you're going to put beads or anything on it. Okay, hold on. We're going to stop and I'm going to go look for beads. I went and pulled out these beads. And because this cording is so thick, I'm going to pull this out again. So I'm going to start off with one of these. And you have to make sure they fit through the hole. And then I'm going to take this one. Uh-oh, I did not see if that was thick enough. That one may not be thick enough. I have piles of beads to make charms and everything. I wonder, I like the flower though. I'm wondering if I have another flower. Let me see if this goes. Not sure if this bead is gonna, no, it is not. All right, I will have to pick something new. Let's try this one. Okay, that will work. All right. I really wanted the flowers, but that will be okay. Yeah, a lot of these beads have too small of a hole. If I would have used jute, I probably could have done it better. So, like I said, before you do your cording knot, you definitely want to make sure that you have your beads on for decoration. And like I said, I'm just going to pull this up, tie a little knot in here. This, don't go through, and then what will happen is you'll go around here like this, bring the cording, your beads around, and that will decorate your box or your little journal book. So now I have enough for there. Now, it's been a while since I did one of these. Now I think, wait, how is it? You come up through here, wait, you go through here. You go down, you come up, because you only want to keep lines on the outside. Okay. I'm going to go through, it's your inside, go back down. You're going to come back up through here. Okay. And you're just going to keep pulling the cording, not too tight, because you don't want to bow your book or anything. You're going to go down, and you have to poke it through the center hole again, because you need to come back through the other hole, because you have to go through twice in the center hole to correct, to right here. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. So you're coming back out here, and then with that same piece, you're going to go through this hole, go up, you're going to come down again. I need to pull more cording though, I don't have enough. So I'm going to have to pull for this piece here. I'm pulling this way, pulling this way, pulling this way, and pulling that way. Okay, so then you're going to take your bottom piece, you're going to go up through here, and then you're going to go into here to the middle again for this side, and this is where I'm going to poke it through again. That you have it in the center. Now, people do it all different ways, but this is how I learned how to do this. So now, see, you probably didn't need 36 inches with this. So now you have a clean outside with these two, and you could hang a dangle on there too. And then you're going to go in the center here, and you're going to knot this. And this will give you 4 series to put your pages in. So 36 inches was long. You didn't need 36. Normally I don't cut it until I'm actually done. So I make a little taunt and take it like this. Make sure, because that's, I probably didn't even need to make it that long. So this I'm going to trim again. And I'm going to trim this one here, that way, and here. And I'm just going to take and melt them. And I'm going to take and melt this one and this one. Okay, so let's see how much I should have just cut this at. So this was 12 inches. I didn't need to cut 12 inches. I cut 12 inches too long. I don't like wasting this, but I'll keep it because I might use it somewhere else. Okay, so now we have our book. And go around. And that's the book itself. So now the next thing that I want to do is, and you'll just start adding your pages. See, the book's not hard at all to do. I think the book's really cute. And what we're going to do, what I'm planning on doing now is, I'm going to show you how to make a folder to put in the center, to put ephemera pieces and everything. So I got this paper. It's gardenia. And I thought this would be kind of cute to use for springy, and it kind of blends and everything. So to make a folder, you need to have, I think I was going to cut it 5.5 to have it fit in here. No, I wasn't going to cut it 5.5. I was going to cut it at 7.5. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, this isn't 7.5. This is 7.25. Okay, change of plans. Instead of having a 2-inch folder, I'm going to have a shorter one. All right, so I'm going to cut it 9 inches across. So let's do that. And we're just going to change the numbers a little bit because I do like this paper. So you're going to cut your, to make a folder, 9 inches. And then I'm going to turn it over to the scoring side. And I'm going to score this at 1/2 inch on this side. And I'm going to flip it around and score 1/2 inch at this side. And what did I say I need this at? 5 and... Let me think what I need this at. I need it at 5 and 5/8. So 5 5/8. 1 by take it at. So I'm going to score this at, because this is 7 1/4, I'm going to score that. I have to set this back in again to see where it was. I think I'm going to score this at 5 1/2, and that will be my pocket. Okay, so I scored a 1/2 inch on this side, a 1/2 inch on this side, and then I have it this way, and this is 7 1/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/2. Now I'm going to fold this in half and make sure that it's lined up on both ways. Bring it up to the top there. Make sure that we're flush and lined. And I'm going to just fold this and burnish it. Okay. And what we're going to do is, I did this wrong. I had the birds upside down. Oh, I didn't even look at that. All right, hold on. I'll do it the way I was originally going to do it. I'll recut a piece. I'm going to try this folder over again. This is a 12 by 12 paper. And I'm going to try to see if I can get this right. So I'm going to cut it at the height of it at 7 1/2 inches. So I'm going to put this at 7 1/2. Okay. And this paper I got from that gardenia. And then on the width, I'm going to cut it at 9 inches. And now I'm going to flip the scoring over. And I'm going to score this at a 1/2 inch on this side. I'm going to flip it around, score it at a 1/2 inch. Was that at a 1/2 inch? Yes. Okay, so now this will be the top. And this will be the bottom of mine. So I want to score this at, since this is 7 1/2, I want to score it 6 1/2, 5 1/2. Yeah. And so I'm going to score this at 5 1/2, go across the bottom. And then you can see that I scored this, like I said, I started out at 9 by 7 1/2, scoring a 1/2 inch on this side, flipping it over, scoring a 1/2 inch this side, and then this is your top, and you want to make this the bottom of the folder 5 1/2. And what I'll do is I'll line this up to make it flush and everything, and I'm going to fold this by hand because I'm not going to be able to figure it out. And make sure that I'm flush all the way, like that. Hopefully I got this correct now. And so now this will be folded up, and what I want to do is fold this back in half, and where this score line is, I'm going to take not at the score line but a little bit above, and I'm just going to cut it up like this. Then these I'm going to, how did I do this before? Did I cut it in here? Yes. And then I divvy this way on the top of the folder. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to cut on the score line, and at the top of the folder, I'm going to cut a V in there. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to first fold this down, and this will get glued first. And you know, I have something else too. So I'm going to cut along this line here, because that's going to get glued in. And then I'm going to cut along this score line here. Okay, now I have it. Because I was thinking that I should have done it this way, but I'm going to do it this way. Hold on, I'm still not right. Because if I glue it, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a pencil line mark here, and we're going to draw a pencil line here. I'm making this worse than it had to be, but so we're going to cut this here like this. I'm going to snip it like this. I'm going to take this one, snip it here, and do this way. Okay, now going to glue this long piece first. Maybe. And glue that over. Press that down. And I'm going to glue this piece here. Press this down. Massage that in a little bit. And then I'm going to glue on the top now. I'm going to glue this top piece here. And we're going to fold this down on top of it. So that way it creates a little pocket. Same goes on this side. You're going to glue on top. The other ones you glued underneath. This one you're going to glue on top. And that creates your folder that you're going to put in. Now, I'm going to bring this around, and I'm going to put my folder in the center of my book. Maybe I'm going to use this one. Maybe not this one, this one. And that is for, like, if you want to put ephemera pieces in, or, you know, that you have the folded in there to add your little things for your journal. Okay, so the next thing that I want to show you now is I want to use this to make cards, and for my gummy pan for Easter. So I took, this is just an Easter card, but I got these papers, or these cellophane from Amazon. They run about five and maybe less than 3/4 by 8 and 5/8, so they seal them and everything. So I use these when I make cards and put the envelope in and everything. But I started thinking that I want to use it to hold my cards, and that's why I went to leave this bigger, because I'd be able to work it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have blank cards. So I sliced this here, and I put an envelope in here to show what I wanted to do. And then I'm going to fold this down. And I only have 8 days that I have to do this calendar. So this will be a way to store my cards that I have. And I only have to cut off a 1/2 inch on these pages. So with your guillotine, I know my 8 or my 1/2 inch is where that silver line is. And I'm just butting them up against the silver line and slicing them. I'm just going to slice the 8 of them. Well, I did 2 already, so I only need 6 more to go. Oh my. And these things are slippy. And I'm just going right tight again. There. That's 2, okay. I know this is getting a little rough here, but I just want to show you, you know, besides putting journals in, which I'm going to do too, pages. It's just that I wanted to show you a different way of using that travel book by having pre-made cards, or maybe you want to use it to hold cards that you want to make, and it'd be easy to just carry them this way. So how many did I say I have? I have 1, 2, I think I should have a couple more here. And this is just something that I was trying to figure out how to show and store my cards for each day before Easter. And I will have a show on that also. Now, how many do I should have 1 extra, I think. Okay. Just, yes. Okay. Let's go tight against. Okay. That should give me 8. All right. So, I think I had 1 of these extra. All right. So, I went to, so the reason I have the envelope in is here, so I can see where to fold this. So, these already have sticky parts. So, I'm going to fold this down over the envelope and fold it out. And I'm going to use this envelope also, so I can use it as a judging how to seal it. And I'm going to form it. I'm going to do the rest of them like that. But where the opening is on both of these envelopes, what I want to do is I want to take packing tape. And I have tape everywhere here. I want to take my packing tape, and I want to connect these 2 together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of estimate this here. And I want to put them tight together. Wait, am I doing it right? Open? Open? Yep. Okay. And I want to kind of center this a little bit and push this packing tape down. And I only want to do it that I can be able to fold it. So when I go put it in the, because it don't need to be really folded hard. You just want to be able to slide your cards in and out and envelopes in and out. Okay. That you're going to work on. And I was planning on doing this with it, sticking this in here like this, and having that like that. And see, now I don't think it's going to work. Well, that's what I wanted to make sure, that it would work. So that idea is out. All right. Maybe I have to keep them in the center. Maybe try that first. Instead of to the end. Because I really wanted to see how this one in the center. Maybe I'll put the folder over here in this one. And keep a notebook in the other one. It might be that it's too tall too. Because this I only have cut it 5.5. And I think these are a little bit bigger than 5.5. Yes, they are. I'm pretty sure they are. I thought they would work though. No, it's not going to work the way I thought I could do it. All right. Well, I tried, but you could see it. It's fine. So I'm going to show you how to make the pages to make it as a journal book then. I'm going to have to think of something to do with this another way, another book. Really wanted to do this, that I could display my cards, because I figured that would have been easy to have them in a flip book, to work ahead and have them in the book, and then I could just pull them out. So I'm going to have to work on something to the gummy pen. So this works for a traveling journal book. And the next thing that you will need to have is, you will have to have a pocket here. And I got this one wrong so I can use this still. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut this down to 5.5. And I'm going to cut this down to 4 inches. And this will be what I'm going to be putting my paper in. And I'm going to keep these for my other book that I'm going to create. Because I'm not giving up on this. Because I really love this, and I just have some other ideas. Okay, so with these pages, you want to take regular copier paper, and what we're going to do is, I'm going to cut the copier paper probably at 5.25 by 8. Okay, let me get some copier paper and I'll show you how to do this. So I took legal size sheets of paper. They're 11 by 8.25. Sliced this at 5.25, 5.25, and then I had this extra, which you can make a little notebook out of that too. Don't throw it away. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets. And when you fold these, they are going to get like off shape. Like they're going to be, because they're not going to fold like perfect for you. So I'm just going to fold these. So that will give you 12 sheets. And you want to put them in your book here. And see how they protrude out because of them being too many sheets. So this is, you can right now take a cutting mat and sometimes you can find tablets too that are this size that you can stick in, because I know I made the mini ones like this. But what I will do is show you how I take and cut these with a X-Acto knife. But I have to find my, I have to find my metal ruler, which I have no idea where it got to. All right, well, we're going to use this one. And I'm going to hold it right on the edge there. And the key thing is you go through it layer by layer. Don't try to do it all at once. Just keep doing a little bit at a time. And as you're pushing down each time, you get a little more that you cut off. Oops, and go like this. Okay. And that's usually how I cut them, that they're flush and even looking. Then what I will do is, I have a stapler that I got off of Amazon that is a swing stapler, because you can't reach all the way in there. And I don't like to staple when you put it in to the book. I'm trying to find the center again. So what I will do is I will hold it right here like this, and this will go to the back, that it does not, that it will be against the back of your folder, that you won't see the staples. So what I'll try to do is go up about right in that groove there and staple. I know some people staple from the inside to the other side, but I like to do it this way, so that way it's in the folded area. It's whatever you like to do. And I'm going to go up a little bit in here. Let me make sure that I'm on that folded line. Okay. And I'm going to go down a little bit. And then I have this that I have to put this in here. And that would be just regular typing paper. And if you wanted to, you could stamp your dots on here or your lines before you stapled it. But I like to leave them plain. Sometimes you can do different things to make it look nicer with different kinds of papers. Now we have another set here, and I would probably cut a different one. And now that I rolled this now you can see you know you got a lot of room there with it to close it up. I still like it though. I mean, I really do. And it adds a little color, and you can put in ephemera pieces or little notes, whatever you want to do. So you have 4 cordings. I'm trying to think. I think they do make notebooks this size too. I'd have to look on Amazon. So let me, what I had in mind was I wanted to cut and make a tag for in here, but I kind of wanted to use a printed paper for the pocket, and I'll show you what I'm planning to do there. Let me stop again. I cut this out of the cardstock that I did up front, and I want to make it like a slip-in card, and I cut out of the pattern material that I want on here to slip the pocket in. But I need it to put it on my grippy mat so it lines up nicely, and if I could stamp it a couple of times, that I'm pretty good with the lines. So basically I want to lay this down first, and I'm going to use my new black Midnight dye ink, and put that right here. I got a mess today. Boy, that just blew my mind that I could not use that for what I was planning on using this for, but I do like the book, so I have other ideas. I can make customized cards too. I just thought of that too, that are a special size for me to use. Okay, I'm going to throw this down here. Let's see. One more time. And I should get my thing to push in on this. I might have an air bubble in there. I probably do. I see something in there. And sometimes I turn it upside down and I press the other way too to get the air bubble to make it work. That worked. Okay. Now I'm just going to leave it in there because I want to stamp a little more on here. And I was looking at the way they had it in the sheet for ideas as inspiration. They have memories, date, and time. So I think I'm going to do that too. Sticking the memories up here. And do date and time. I'm going to put it over here. And time right here. Slow. There we go. The stamps are beautiful. They are very clean and crisp. You don't have to worry about when you do them, they come out clean. I've never had problems with therm press stamps not stamping nice for me the first time. And I don't do anything of the prepping it or anything. I have it on my grippy mat, so I can have to pull this up. Like that. And what I did was, I can make 2 more booklets, but I cut this pocket out. I kind of want to see how far the card has to go down. Okay. So, as you can see, I just scored back in here. It already scored. I'm going to burnish this, and it will create a nice pocket to slide that in. And I'm going to just glue this here along the edges here. And I'm going to line it up near the bottom, not all the way, but right about here. Press this down. And with these travel notebooks, they usually have dashboards and bookmarks and pen holders. Oops. Put that in here like that. I think I went out of that line. Let me burnish this a little bit. Make sure this slides in and out nice. This reminds me of a library card. It's really, I think it's turning out cute. You could use this to keep passwords in for backup in case you have your computer too. But, all right, so this piece was cut at 8 inches by 5.5, and then folded in half to create pages for writing on a book. You could also, if you wanted to use like watercolor papers to put inside, that'd also be pretty. So you have enough room to do 2 more folders, and they will really turn out cute. Let me think a little bit. Maybe I will get this done today, and then you'll be able to see what I come up with. All right, I cut out 2 more pages. I made a book, but I stapled them the other way for the inside. So now I got 3 little booklets. There's the folder, and this is the last one. Then what I had left over from that legal size paper, this came out to be, I figured I'd use up this too to make a little tablet. So I stapled through that, and took a 3/4 inch by 4 inch strip and only glued it right here on each edge to slip this in the back here that you could write on that too, and slide that right in the pocket. Now, I think this turned out really cute, but I wanted to put a place to put a pen. I got these pens from Amazon last year sometime to do with the other little travel journals, and I'm thinking that from the junk journal, I like this, and I'm thinking I'm going to use that. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to put that together. First, I'm going to emboss it like the front of the cover here, and I'm just going to stick it in. I could stick it right there too. Right there. That'll get a print of a flower right here. There we go. And I'm going to wind this through and show you how to make this work. I think I embossed the whole thing. Did I? Yep. Okay. And this one had a little cuteness with the flower on it. The pansy. So I wanted it. What did I do with the pen now? Pens are making me go crazy. Okay, so I know that this will come down over, but I need a kind of add some distress on this so it pops a little. So I'm going to take these brushes I got from Amazon, and I'm just going to antique around it here so it pops a little bit, and it's not, I might do that at the edge of that too. And it would give it more of an antique look. I was thinking I want to do that around here too. You know what? I'm going to finish it off. So I'm just going to take and do around the edge here. Go around all the whole edge. I should have done this a while ago, but I didn't realize I wanted to do it until now. You know, it'll give it more of a aged look to it. I'll tell you what, this is really sturdy though, now that I have it layered like this. All right. So what I was thinking is I was going to pop this in here like this, kind of bend this and flatten this out a little bit like this, so the pen stays in, because you have to give it enough room, and you'll kind of judge where your pen's going to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the pen in there, so that way I know I have enough wiggle room. But I'm going to glue just around these edges. This is the spool from the vintage junk findings or whatever, junk drawer, vintage findings. Okay, so I want to make sure that I bring this about down to here to make like a little pocket to hold. And I'm just pushing up a little bit towards the center. That way you have a little wiggle room. And it will be a pen holder to hold, so you can journal with. And you won't have to worry about losing your pen. I can't believe how that pen matches. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this around like that. And there's that little traveler's notebook. Now you can put more detail on. I was gonna do like tabs and everything, but I didn't want to make this too long of a video, so maybe I'd do another one and get some more different ideas. You could also do, I was looking at, where was there? There was a tag that you could, not this one. I don't know where I seen it, but that would look cute there too, if you wanted to do more with it. I think this is the one I was looking at. So you could do a stamping of something and put that tag right there. I think this is really a cute little find. So let's go through it again. And like I said, here's the band with just adding beads. I love this way this came out, and I'm glad that I scored this every 1/4 inch across the top because of the thickness of the book. And adding the little pen holder. And then I did a little slip pocket in here to write anything that you want. These I left blank pages from copier paper, and it gives you 3 series of copier paper that you could write into it. Folders that you can, maybe you want to put washi tape or something in, wrap it around, make a bookmark. And then here's another one. So it's plenty of writing space to keep notes and passwords, or maybe a little thank you gift for a friend that loves journaling, and maybe they're going on a trip and want to take little pictures and journal as they're going, or maybe they'd like to draw. But yeah, I think this really turned out cute. And I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see what I come up with the next time. I got to figure out how to do that card for my dies. I really want to do, I had this in mind. So I'll have to figure out something better. But this is a great traveler journal book. And like I said, using it double thickness really made this more sturdier and nice to put in your purse, and looks so cute. Give me thumbs up and subscribe and like. I really appreciate all the help you are giving me. And until next time we go crafting, let's see what we got. Got plenty of things to play with today. So have a happy crafting day. Bye-bye.